Hello, family history writers, and welcome back to Storylines. We took a little bit of a break during the Family History Writing Challenge, and now we are returning with our weekly video writing lessons. So welcome back. Today, I want to address the problem many of you find yourself in, and that is knowing when to stop researching and start writing. How do we know when we're done enough research and it's time to start writing that story? Well, first I think you have to ask yourself the question, are you continuing to research to enrich the story or to procrastinate from writing the story? If it's the latter, well, good for you for at least recognizing the problem. But if you believe that you're going to do all of your research before starting to write, you'd be making a big mistake. The story should dictate the research. Most of you have probably been writing for a good long time, and you've chosen an ancestor, and maybe you have an idea of what that story is going to be about, how you're going to write it. Outline your story, start to write, and let the story dictate what research you need to enrich the story further. Perhaps it might be details about the setting of your story, or more details about your ancestors' occupation or organizations they belong to. Maybe it's details about other people your ancestor crosses on their path within the story. But the research should be inspired by the story. The research feeds the creativity, and the creativity feeds the research. And by following this method, your research will be more focused because it's in response to the creativity and what your story needs. If you continue to research what you think you need, you might find out later you've wasted a lot of time looking for things that you didn't need for the story. Make your research focused. Now, as you start writing and opportunities arise in your story where you see gaps and need more research, place a marker in the story and jot down on your research list what you need to look for. Do not stop writing to research. This will slow down your writing and send you down that research rabbit hole. Another time in your week or during that day, designate an allotment of time to continue to work on the research list. This process will make you much more of an effective and efficient writer. Simply doing all the research first is procrastination. Get your story started. Start writing and let your creativity and the story dictate what the story needs. Okay? Thank you for listening today. I'll see you back here next week for another edition of Storylines. And let's write better together.